my name is Olivier Mankondo, and today I'm going to talk to you about fast and intermittent fasting. We have been used to eat all the time, and we've been even told that the more we eat, the better. Lots of people start eating when they wake up, and they eat throughout the day. There are even some people who wake up in the middle of the night to go and eat something. People are really addicted to food, and this is not good, because when we look at the human mechanism, 80% of our energy goes to digest food. Imagine that all the time you're eating from the time you wake up till the time you go to sleep. You're constantly eating. So basically it's not going to be a good thing for you, because 80% of your energy goes to digest food, and if you do things like that, basically you will have lots of health problems, because it's not optimal to eat all the time. And even when we eat at night, at that time the metabolism slows down, and when you go to sleep, your food will not get digested, and this will create putrefaction, fermentation, and all these things are linked to bad health. So when we look at animals in the forest, because as you will know from now that I always take example of animals, because they live according to the laws of the nature, you will see that mostly they eat when they are hungry. You will look at a snake. When he will catch his prey, he will eat that prey, and he can spend months without having something to eat. You can look at lions or tiger. When they eat, they can spend a week without eating, no more. But for us human beings, we are addicted to food. We constantly eat, and we have been brainwashed to in that fact that we need to eat all the time. And like I've just said, we've been told that the more we eat, the better. But when we see animals in the forest, when they are sick, they stop eating, which is different from the one that live with us. When they are sick, we take them to the vet. But in the forest, there are no vets over there. When they are sick, they stop eating. And why they stop eating? Because when you stop eating, your body spends less energy, and that's what should be happening to human beings. When we are sick, we lose instantly our appetite, and basically that's the wisdom which is inside our body, which tells us to stop eating. And why is that? It's because when you stop eating, and like I've just told you, 80% of our energy goes to digest food, and when you are ill or when you are sick, your body gives you the signal to stop eating so that it can utilize that energy to make you feel better, to heal you from the disease that you've got. But when we eat, basically we are confusing the body, and the body need to doesn't know if he has to digest the food or he has to heal you. And as we see, even in hospital, people are really encouraged to eat, and they will tell you that if you don't eat, you will lose your strength. Sorry, sorry. You will lose your strength, and you will not be ill. So you need to eat. But when you look at the wisdom that the body has got, you will see that you lose appetite. And when you lose appetite, it's not for a random reason. It's because your body wants to utilize that energy to heal you and not to digest food. And lots of people in the hospital don't actually die from the diseases, but from the fact that they keep giving them food, and those food don't get digested, and it creates more problems and they die from that. And basically fasting is the greatest healing tool that God has given us. And because when you do that, when you fast, you get rid of lots of toxins, and when you fast you are less susceptible to diseases. The fast increase the degree of vitality and intolerance to drugs. Fast help as well to repair and improve your sleep and your memory. Fast increase your lifetime as well, because there was an experiment where they had two groups of rats. One group they were overfeeding them, and the other group they decreased sensibly the food intake that they were giving them. And at the end of the experiment, they saw that the rats that were overfed died quicker, and the rats that where they were decreasing their food intake, their lifetime was increased by up to 50%. And you can see that normally the less you eat, the better. And I'm going to give you my own example of fasting, because I've told you that when you fast, basically it increase your vitality, it's heal you basically. And that's just what I've said. The animals in the forest, when they are ill, they just stop eating, and the system gets lots of energy to heal them from what they are suffering from. And in my own example, I've had a problem with my finger. It was very painful, and it was very swollen, and my nail was practically damaged. And it was in 2012, I went to my GP to have it fixed. I had some x-ray done, and at the end they told me that they didn't see anything wrong, even though it was swollen and it was painful. They just gave me anti-inflammatory drugs, which didn't do anything. But when I went on a plant-based diet nearly 2 years ago, the pain disappeared completely. The swelling was reduced, but it was still swollen. In April, I did a 3-day fast where I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat nothing, just water. And at the end of the fast, within a week, my finger was completely healed. The nail was restored, and the swelling went down completely. So you can see this is the power of fasting, and that's what God has given us. When we don't feel good, we just have to stop eating, or your body will give you instantly that feeling that it doesn't want to be fed anymore, and we should listen to that. But I don't expect people to fast. I don't expect people to fast, because fast can be dangerous if you've got a system which is too toxic, and that's no good. Because if you constantly eat animal product, you eat refined food, processed food, junk food, and all that, you are at the risk of experiencing very, very bad symptoms like diarrhea, like very severe headaches. You can start smelling bad and all these things. So I'm not encouraging people to do that. I'm just saying that if you get your system clean, you will not need medication anymore. And in case you have something wrong with you, you can fast, and basically you will feel better. And I'm just giving you my example. And then because in our system we've got a wisdom, we've got a healing system. You don't have to take drugs to get that healed. It's like another example that I can give you. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I stepped on a piece of glass, and my foot was badly cut. I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell my brother, my sisters, I didn't tell no one. Just what I did, I just put some soil on it to stop the bleeding. And today the wound is healed. I've still got a scar, but it's just to show you that I didn't go to seek any medical advice. I didn't do anything, and that wound was healed because we've got a healing system within us, and that healing system with us everything. It's never been the drugs, and it's never gonna be the drug that going to heal you. So I do intermittent fasting. Basically it means that I only eat twice a day. I usually eat around 12 around noon time, and my second meal will be around 7. And why I do that, it's because mostly I eat plant food, so my body doesn't spend too much energy digesting the food, and I only eat twice, like I said, and in between I don't eat nothing. So sorry. So that excess energy is utilized to fix stuff in my body, and that's why since I've gone on plant-based diet, and since I've starting to do intermittent fasting, up to this time I've not been sick one day. So normally people shouldn't be eating upon waking up, because we've been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, which is completely false. Because when you've had your meal the previous night, you go to sleep, you are supposed to get your energy replenished, and we need to eat, because if we do work and stuff like that, we get depleted from our energy, and we need to eat. But when you wake up in the morning, you've had all the night to get your energy replenished. Why you should be eating? You shouldn't be eating because you're not even hungry. But we've been brainwashed to know that breakfast is the most important meal, and people just do that by habit. Because for me, I don't eat in the morning. I don't have any problems. Even in the morning, I can go biking, I can do work, when I go to work, I don't eat, and I feel well. I don't feel depleted of energy. On the contrary, I feel really refreshed and stuff like that. So to sum up, God has given us a very powerful healing tool, which is the fast. But we need to follow the laws that govern this body for that fast to become effective. So I will stop my video here, and I hope to see you next time, and in the meantime, take care of yourself, and bye.